Programs at PA CareerLink Lehigh Valley are funded in whole or in part by federal funds. Detailed information can be found at lvwib.org/Stevens-amendment.
Welcome to the Business and Industry Podcast Series, sponsored by the Workforce Board Lehigh Valley, PA CareerLink Lehigh Valley, and the Bosch Community Fund. This is Jenni Silfies, a student intern at the Workforce Board Lehigh Valley, every day experiencing the career pathways within business and industry. What a learning opportunity! This podcast series takes us on a journey to understand career pathways so we can examine individually our own education, training, and the Lehigh Valley's employment options. I am honored to have Dr. Tina Q. Richardson, Chancellor of the Penn State Lehigh Valley campus, joining all of us today on this podcast. Welcome, Dr. Richardson, and thank you for joining me for this podcast and hosting student representatives from Lehigh Valley High School for a tour of the campus.
Thank you, Jenni. I am so delighted to be here.
Dr. Richardson, can you please describe to all the students listening who you are and your educational and employment background?
Sure. Jenni, I am the Chancellor of the Penn State Lehigh Valley campus, and I earned my educational degrees at the University of Maryland, College Park, and I studied psychology, an undergraduate degree in psychology and a PhD in counseling psychology.
As a female in a leadership role in higher education, what are your job responsibilities as Chancellor of Penn State Lehigh Valley campus? We would really like to know.
So my job as Chancellor translates into being the Chief Executive Officer of the campus. In that role, I'm responsible for all of the academic opportunities that students have. I am also responsible for budget and finance areas, and then I provide leadership with regard to facilities and every aspect of running a campus.
Throughout this podcast series, Dr. Richardson, career and educational pathways are the focus. I hear at graduation time, when students identify where they are going to college, Penn State is declared over and over. Please address the educational pathways offered at Penn State Lehigh Valley campus.
Absolutely. Penn State University provides an outstanding range of opportunities for students. At Penn State Lehigh Valley, we have all of the access to the range of degrees that exist at the university. So if a student decides to come to Penn State Lehigh Valley, they can study and start the degree program for 275 degrees. After they finish those first 2 years, they can go on to University Park or any of our Penn State campuses. We have 21 locations. They go on to earn the 4-year degree and do internships and work as student workers. They have opportunities to study abroad. They have opportunities to do community engagement work, just to develop personally and professionally. But they have the opportunity, if they decided to stay, to earn 10 degree programs at the Penn State Lehigh Valley campus. And all of our degree programs really relate to the industry needs in the Lehigh Valley. So if a student decided to stay, they could study criminal justice, they could study cybersecurity and analytics, they could study business, they could study biobehavioral health. We also have an IT degree, information technology, and then they could do supply chain management, which is the logistics degree, and we know there are a lot of warehouses in the Lehigh Valley. And so our students have the opportunity to study psychology, you name the range of degrees, and we create opportunities for students to have that. Psychology is an interesting one to me because that's where I earned my degree, and that allowed me to become chancellor and administrator of the Lehigh Valley Penn State campus.
As students, we are interested in learning about career opportunities in the education industry, especially here at Penn State, right here in our backyard. Many of my classmates hear the word education and think about becoming a teacher. and we are not familiar with the range of employment opportunities within higher education. Using Penn State as an example, what are the employment options within the educational industry?
So that's a wonderful question, and it's a wonderful question because within education, you have the opportunity to access any career path you would like. You have the opportunity, if you're in education, to become a professor if you choose, to become a teacher if you choose, but you could also become the athletic director at a school, a college, or university. You would have the opportunity to do the cybersecurity work that's necessary at just about every agency. You could be an event planner and a director. And if you think about Penn State and Penn State football, Beaver Stadium, you could be the director of large events. The stadium holds 100,000 individuals. So there's nothing to limit you if you choose education or educational pathway. You have the opportunity to do marketing, to do finance. In fact, you could have any field, any profession that you would have elsewhere. And many people decide to work at international education institutions, so they live in other parts of the world. Some stay local and in the Lehigh Valley. But you can go anywhere in the country with an education degree and an interest in supporting education.
I know I shouldn't ask this, but since it was the most suggested question, what is your favorite Penn State ice cream flavor?
So we know that the creamery is wonderful and they have a lot of flavors, but my favorite is butter pecan. I haven't yet convinced them to do butter pecan in blue and white, but I think butter pecan is the favorite.
On behalf of all the students in Lehigh Valley's 17 school districts, we appreciate you taking the time to provide us with the education, training, knowledge, skills, and abilities to get us on the right career pathway track at Penn State Lehigh Valley. Students and graduates, if you think Penn State Lehigh Valley could be the right fit for you, visit careerlinklehighvalley.org to learn more about their career pathways. Employers, for more information on developing career pathways, please visit careerlinklehighvalley.org/career pathways. This ends our episode with Dr. Tina Richardson of Penn State Lehigh Valley. And remember to look for the links posted with this podcast. Thanks for listening.